Hello. How you doing tonight? I'm pretty tired tonight. I don't have any exciting stories today. I went to work. Work is not exciting. All I've got is a few words about the 50th anniversary of Monty Python. I know. Not very electric. But for a very long time in my life, Monty Python was like the most important thing in my life. I don't know if that makes any sense, but especially considering I can't remember when I started watching it. I don't remember how it came about. I just know that when I was a kid in the 80s, I was already very, very actively into comedy. There was very much a stand-up comedy boom happening. It would go on for several more years. There was a lot of comedy on television. There was stand-up comedy. There was sketch comedy. Of course, there were tons of movies. And somewhere in there between being introduced to Mel Brooks and Woody Allen, I know, and Saturday Night Live, someone, I don't know who it was, maybe it might have been a videotape at the video store, but somehow I started watching Monty Python. And while I couldn't understand all of it, because, let's be honest, some of that stuff doesn't make much sense, especially if you're a kid from another country. The stuff that did make sense, the stuff that made me laugh really hard. If I had to pick one skit that I liked the most, honestly, it is, I don't know what it's called, but it's just about two women, the Pepper Potts, which are, the men in drag, sitting at home watching TV, and there's a penguin on top of the TV, and the two of them don't understand when the penguin is there, and they start debating what the penguin is doing there and how it got there and what it might do. And there's no rhyme or reason to it, and at the end the penguin just explodes and the show just goes on. But at the time it made me laugh so hard, and I remember at one point one of the women just screams Burma, and like, what'd you do that for? I panicked. And that just became an in-joke between me and my friends. We would just say Burma sometimes because we thought it was hysterical. And then, of course, that led us to the movies. And I don't know if we watched The Meaning of Life right away, because that was rated R. And at that point, I don't know if I was allowed to watch rated R movies. But we definitely watched a lot of Holy Grail. And we watched a lot of Life of Brian, which I think made the least sense of all of us, the kids, especially because me and my friends, we were all Jewish, so a lot of the stuff in Life of Brian just made absolutely no sense to us. What are they even talking about? We sort of understood, oh, this is like a Jesus thing, but we didn't know anything about Jesus, so like all the references they were making, like, okay, no idea what this means. But yeah, I was so into Monty Python that at one point, for a school project, I don't know how I pulled this off, but I was able to bring videotapes into school and show the class a selection of both Saturday Night Live and Monty Python as like the differences between British comedy and American comedy, which is like, I wouldn't even say those two shows are even necessarily representatives of both genres, but I was like, okay, it worked, and I convinced the teacher to let me do this, and I did it, and the class laughed, but it's like, not because I did anything funny, like it was all like, Eddie Murphy and Monty Python. But yeah, it was incredible for me. It was important to me. I was definitely, for a couple of years there, one of those kids who would just quote lines over and over and over again. If I ever find my way to London, I'm definitely going to be one of those people who looks for Monty Python filming locations to see what's left of them. Like, if I can go find out where they shot the fish slapping dance, I want to see that pier where they shot the fish slapping dance. So, yeah. This video isn't funny, this video isn't silly. But those silly television shows, which were 20 years old when I started watching them, now 50 years old, still make me laugh very, very hard. And I'm tired now, so I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody. I love you.